What's the best thing to tell someone who cut in line? There's a line. The back is over there. I found being straightforward works. Usually they just don't know. I used to work at a coffee shop at a university. During the transitions we would get a line 4 to 8 people deep. I was pretty quick and could serve people in less than about 10 seconds each. They usually just wanted coffee and the occasional muffin. On one occasion with 6 people in line, a 30-ish-year-old guy steps in right behind the girl I'm currently serving. You could hear the other 5 people grumble, but nobody said anything. He comes up and orders a coffee. I pretend like I didn't hear him and serve the next in line. He gets pissed and says, "I'm in a hurry," and they aren't. He huffs and walks off. I got lots of tips for the next few minutes. I prefer to pretend they didn't see the line, which can occasionally happen with a bunch of long lines, especially if they leave a space for people to get by. I just politely point out the line. Just go cut back in front of them, like, walk up, "Sorry, excuse me," like it's totally normal. From the old television show, Dead Like Me, a woman cuts in line at the post office. Rube, afternoon, ladies. Are you 2 old friends? Woman, A, her daughter is in my son's class. Rube, I have a question for you. Is everyone in this line in butt? Woman, excuse me? Rube, is everyone you just cut in front of in butt? Woman, no? Rube, so it's just you then. Woman, I have children in the car. Rube, I have a cake in the oven. He's got 3 minutes left on the meter. She's got a lunch meeting. We all have a finite amount of time. Now get in the back of the line. And don't use your children like that, it's shameful. As Finnish person, I can't think better way than keep your mouth shut and look at them furiously while thinking all the things you could say, but then notice that you missed your opportunity. Excuse me, sorry, you probably didn't realize the start of the queue is back there. Point is usually enough to shame them, and if not, it makes it obvious to others that they're aware of what they've done. Cutting in line, the one crime the UK retains the death penalty for. If someone cut directly in front of me, I say nothing and cut in front of them. If they complain about it, I just say if they are allowed to cut, surely I am too. I need this KFC more than you, buddy. No words need be said. Whoever is directly behind the cutter cuts in front. Then the next person behind that person cuts the cutter. Then the next, and so on until the butt is in the back where they belong. What are they going to say? Here's how that conversation goes. Hey, there's a line here. Oh? Is there? Furious stare. Oi jerk, get the fluff back to your place before I drop ya. Is everyone in this line in butt? No. Oh, so it's just you then. Source material. Guys, clear the way, we have a VIP coming through. I use this one every time. Start coughing as harshly as possible, right towards the back of their neck. Then say, darn, I knew that trip to West Africa was a mistake. Start trying to convert them to something. Not what you say to them, but what you say to the person behind them. I work at a smoothie place where I get a free smoothie per shift. Watched this woman cut in line in front of this man who was pleading with her because he was in a rush, but she just ignored him. He gave me a "what the hell" kind of look when I took her order, but when he came up I said, "Congrats, you are our 100th customer of the day, free smoothie on us." Best smoothie I ever made right there. Her face was priceless. Sweep the leg. I am a Canadian, and one summer I got passes to Valley Fair in Minneapolis, so me and a GF went down to enjoy the weekend. We didn't know there was some sort of Christian convention there the same weekend, so full of families with WWJD on everything they were wearing, etc. Me and my friend went to get in line at a roller coaster that had several partitions for crowds, but there were only a few open, including the one we're in. 5 or 6 young teens ran ahead of us and jumped into our partition, all essentially skipping the line. When we got closer to them, I noticed all the t-shirts and bracelets they were wearing had WWJD on them. I turned to my friend and loudly said, "One thing I know Jesus would never do, is cut the line like in butt." Scoff softly while thinking loud obscenities. I literally will just be like, "Dude, I was next, and I'm a pretty big dude, at 6 feet 6 inches 270, most people are normally intimidated enough to just be like, sorry. I wouldn't ever actually do anything. The only exception is for like old grandmas that need their lotto tickets. I won't say anything to them. Grandma needs her scratch-offs ASAP. No, that's cool, I wasn't in line. I've used this once and they sheepishly got behind me. Hey you. Don't cut in line, you line cutter. We jerk, get back in the line while you still can. Are you this eager to finish in bed too? You have to wait in line like the other adults before you can be helped. Said this to a lady who wanted to buy her pack of cigarettes at another register. There are only 2 in my store that can do it and she wanted to take them to one not permitted to, and she got so angry that she punched a bag of chips. Cut and you shall be cut. Don't say anything, just press your body against theirs as much as possible and breath heavily on any and all exposed skin. They'll move. I am going to pay for everyone standing behind me. I'm going to astral project into your house and steal your bone. Said it, dang it, I missed the 420 karma mark. Enjoy the few minutes of time you will save, Slonghead. I'd suggest to first call their bluff by tapping them on the shoulder and very politely, and almost too understandingly, let them know that they miscalculated and the line actually starts. Point to where line starts, you poor thing. Most people will probably apologize and realize they should move, possibly fasciously. No one gets hurt. But, if the person digs in, ignores, shrugs, or continues as us. Now you get to pick your next move via responses on this thread, and we all deserve the chance to judge your response via IATA post. Listen pal, I'm rock hard right now and it's only getting bigger, might wanna get behind me before it goes right up your ass. Sorry to get in your way, while you fluffing rudely cut in. No cuts, no butts, no coconuts. Thanks for the first gold ever. What do I do with it? Poop in you hand and throw it at them. Hey Copernicus, why don't you navigate your way to the back of the line with your feet and stand there with your shirt? I say, hey, don't forget to wait in line, we're all doing it. Whispers the Dark Lord's enchantments and wishes hell upon this line cutter. I bruh. Rub their shoulders and whisper in their ear about how hard their day's been. Immediately make it an all of us versus you situation. Call them out. Sir, did you just cut in line? I don't appreciate that. We all get in line back where it starts. In fact, I bet someone else in this line isn't happy about this either. Are you? Ask lots of people quickly, you'll be surprised how quickly others will raise their hands in support. It's easy. You are their champion and they have little to no risk in supporting you. Be 100% calm and speak authoritatively, yet without anger. Never had this not work. Used it 2 or 3 times. Just stand there and angrily tut at them. There's a line here, always works for me. It's not rude, and it's not apologetic. It's pretty much just stating a fact. The way you pulled in this line made me wish your dad pulled out. Look them straight in the eyes and say, do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I thinking? Of course you don't. Quote. Fart. Not just a little wisp of gas. I'm taking let out, the most silent, deadliest compilation of gases your intestines can produce. The hottest of the hot, the kind that can singe nose hairs. Your mates in line may not appreciate it, but you could easily blame it on the cutter if they choose to stay around. What the hell, mate? You just bombed all of us and are trying to cut? Back of the line you go. Go. Sir, he ignores, sir. You look confused. Are you looking for the end of the line? It's back that way. Quote. Siri, what's the most discreet way to kill somebody with bare hands, but say it loudly? Scream, I will cut your tits off with my keys if you don't get back there. 3. 2. Quote. Oh yeah, that's fine. I'm sure you're in a real hurry to get back to your failure of an existence. Quote. Back when Sears was a busy company, I was one of many people waiting in line at their auto center, and someone went right to the head of the line but was probably told by the Sears employee to wait her turn. My briefcase was sitting on the floor, and on her way back she tripped over it. Some customers expressed approval at the outcome. I am an American living and working in Germany. Us people are freaking shocked when they come to Europe, I was too. No respect for lines at all, except in France. I saw a French woman coming untrained because people kept cutting to the front of the line at a coffee stand. Edit, the American in me smiled a bit that day. I loudly say to someone next to me, I learned to not cut in line in 1st grade. Quote. Some guy cut in front of my friend and I at the airport, so she pulls a hairbrush out of her purse, pretends that it's a microphone, and starts interviewing me as if she's a journalist doing a piece on line cutting. Questions like, rumor has it that people who cut in line do so to make up for having a small slong. What are your thoughts on that? She's sarcastic AF and had people around us cracking up. Then a lady from the adjacent line jumps on and asks if she could be interviewed next. By the time we got to the counter, she interviewed like 6 people. She even tried to interview the guy, but he just pretended to be on his phone. Lol, he had to suffer through about 20 minutes of random people indirectly cutting him up.